During the 1930s, automated trucks and landfills, as we know them today, were unheard of. Most people hauled their own rubbish to the dump or simply burned it in their own backyards. Mr. and Mrs. Harrison hauled their own rubbish to the dump with a trailer hitched to their car. Until one day, Mr. Harrison got an idea.
The neighbors said, "Mr. Harrison, are you going to the dump?" And he said, "Yes." He said, "Well, can you take some of our stuff?" So he went over there and he looked it over and he charged them a little bit and he hauled it to the dump. But they said, "Now, when you go to the dump again, could you come by here and take my stuff, because I really would like somebody to haul it away for me." That got Mr. Harrison to thinking that other people would like their rubbish hauled too. So we started a rubbish company.
A year later, Harrison Transfer, as it was known then, had a modest route of about 50 customers. Mr. and Mrs. Harrison spent the following decades building their business on the values of honesty, integrity, and great service. The tradition continues today in what is the largest self-contained, full-service facility in Ventura County. Their hands-on approach and cost-effective operations have enabled them to endure as one of the oldest, privately owned trash haulers and recyclers in the nation. Today, Harrison Industries serves more than 90,000 customers in the cities and unincorporated areas of Ventura County and the city of Carpinteria in Santa Barbara County.
Thank you for calling J. Harrison. This is Marie. How can I help you?
Harrison Industries, employing more than 200 well-trained and courteous employees, have made trash collection simple and efficient. In 1990, the state of California, through Assembly Bill 939, began requiring cities and counties to reduce solid waste by 25% in 1995 and to 50% by the year 2000. Even before the ink was dry on AB 939, Harrison Industries began developing Gold Coast Recycling. Because of its commitment, Gold Coast was the first permitted processing facility in California after AB 939 passed. The Harrisons were determined, as always, to stay ahead of their clients' needs. Today, Gold Coast is a state-of-the-art, 75,000 square foot facility located on a 7.8-acre parcel at 5275 Colt Street in Ventura. In recent years, it has added cutting-edge automated sorting systems, including the latest commercial model that is a foot wider, more heavy-duty, and has 2 more picking stations and a second baler. The residual materials run through a new trommel system that allows Gold Coast Recycling to recycle an additional 100,000 tons of glass per month. These improvements allowed Gold Coast to speedily process over 325,000 tons of recyclable materials in 2014 and over 1.6 million tons over the past 5 years. This enables all of the franchise cities, counties, and agencies Gold Coast serves to surpass the strict mandates of AB 939. To assist in the development of this program, Harrison Industries introduced fully automated trucks to increase route productivity. Residential customers leave their recyclables curbside for pickup. These mixed recyclables are then collected and transported to the Gold Coast facility. Residents of apartments, mobile home parks, and condominiums have the same access to recycling as single-family home residents. Harrison's rule of thumb is simple. For every trash container location, there must also be a recycling container. Think of this as an equal rights amendment for recycling. Harrison Industries and Gold Coast Recycling also provide one of the most extensive commercial recycling programs in California. Industrial parks, office buildings, and retail businesses are first examined to determine their recycling potential. These customers are then provided educational materials, trained on the practices and benefits of recycling, and supplied with recycling storage bins. They are then monitored regularly to ensure continued success. One Harrison and Gold Coast innovation is the processing of all large construction-type roll-off boxes, even on the smaller job sites that are often overlooked in more conventional recycling programs. Cities in Harrison Industries' construction and demolition program fill a big recycling gap that can literally divert thousands of tons of valuable recyclables from the landfill per year. For larger projects, boxes can also be provided for specific materials such as scrap metal, concrete, and wood waste, all of which can be recycled. Harrison implemented its C&D program before C&D programs were mandated by state law. Materials that were previously being buried in landfills are now put on conveyor belts and sorted. Materials such as metals, plastics, newsprint, and cardboard are sorted and baled. Glass is taken to another facility for recycling. Once baled, these materials are ready for shipping locally and internationally. In addition, residents can bring recyclables to the buyback center and receive market value prices for them. Qualifying residents can bring in electronic waste such as computers, monitors, and TVs. There is also an ABOP drop-off for antifreeze, batteries, oil, and paint. Harrison now collects cartons of all kinds such as juice, milk, soup, broth, and wine cartons from residents and businesses. Also, each week Harrison collects thousands of milk cartons from local schools. Businesses and residents can haul their own trash to the self-haul area where recyclables are separated out. Once the trash has been examined for contaminants and recyclables, it is compacted and shipped to the landfill. Each transfer truck hauls the equivalent of 3 dump trucks, thereby reducing air pollution and putting fewer trucks on the road. Because green waste was such a large percentage of the refuse that went to the landfill, the Harrisons realized early on that their combined efforts with the cities was not enough to reach the goal set by AB 939. So they embarked on a program never before seen in California, a county-wide curbside green waste collection system. Agriment, one of Harrison's partners in the recycling movement, plays a key role in this innovative program. Agriment recycles nearly 400,000 tons of grass clippings, leaves, tree branches, construction lumber, and other types of green and wood material each year. These materials are processed and converted into nutrient-rich organics, such as soil amendments and mulch, for agriculture, landscaping, and home use. These products produce healthy plants and trees, conserve water, help prevent soil erosion, and limit weeds. Additionally, these amendments are sold as soil mixes to nurseries and the sod industry. The next step in the move towards zero waste is food waste recycling. Harrison Industries and Agriment are implementing a pilot program which began in late 2012. Agriment is in the process of transforming its renewable organics facility on its 9.6-acre site in the Santa Clara Valley into a 70-acre biogenic energy park that will convert food waste into biogenic renewable energy. The proposed facility is expected to increase landfill diversion by almost 100%, from the current 62,000 tons per year to a maximum of 280,000 tons per year. Since 1990, the Harrisons, in partnership with Gold Coast and Agriment, have diverted millions of tons from landfills. These recycling efforts have not only created hundreds of jobs, they have saved millions of gallons of water and hundreds of thousands of trees. The benefit to the environment and local economy has been tremendous. It is because of these partnerships with Gold Coast and Agriment that Harrison Industries has become a statewide leader in residential and commercial recycling, receiving the state's award in 2007 for Outstanding Recycling Program by the California Resource Recovery Association. Harrison Industries has also been working to reduce its impact on climate change by gradually replacing a large number of its diesel trucks with vehicles that can run on cleaner burning natural gas. In 2006, Harrison Industries opened the first liquefied natural gas fueling station in western Ventura County to assist with this endeavor. Harrison Industries has furthered its commitment to the environment by also adding compressed natural gas trucks to the fleet, which has demonstrated itself as a highly efficient, reliable, low-carbon fuel for material collection vehicles. Harrison has also added CNG lines to its fueling station. Harrison Industries continues to research and expand in the areas of alternative fuels and cleaner burning fuels for their trucks. Its fleet is currently in compliance with the California Air Resources Board air quality standards. With its reputation as a leader and innovator, Harrison Industries has taken important steps to measure their carbon footprint and to help its client cities meet future regulations. Assembly Bill 32, the Global Warming Solutions Act of 2006, requires the California Air Resources Board to develop regulations and market mechanisms designed to reduce California's greenhouse gas emissions to 1990 levels by 2020. This represents a 25% reduction statewide, with mandatory caps beginning in 2012 for significant emission sources. In 2010, Harrison was awarded with climate registered status by the Climate Registry for taking voluntary steps to measure its carbon footprint, thus ensuring forward movement towards compliance of AB 32. The Climate Registry is a nonprofit organization that operates the largest carbon footprint registry in North America. By understanding what emissions are being generated by its operations and those of Gold Coast and Agriman, Harrison Industries can see where processes can be improved and emissions can be reduced through fleet fuel changes, energy efficiency at their offices, and other management practices. Through their recycling efforts, Harrison Industries has calculated the avoided indirect emissions from the materials that have been recycled, composted, or used for biomass energy. By not putting these materials in a landfill, Harrison is helping to reduce the demand for raw processing materials. We have discovered through this effort that diverting waste from landfills has a major impact in reducing emissions in our state and for our communities. Recycling can be a significant way to reduce climate change. Assembly Bill 341 went into effect in 2012, mandating commercial recycling for all businesses that generate 4 or more cubic yards of waste per week and all multifamily dwellings with 5 units or more, regardless of the amount of waste. The legislation has a state goal of 75% diversion of waste from landfills by 2020. Most Harrison commercial customers are already in compliance with this regulation. In 2014, California Governor Jerry Brown signed Assembly Bill 1826, designed to cut greenhouse gas emissions, reduce the use of chemical pesticides and fertilizers, and create a source of green energy. AB 1826, effective April 1st, 2016, mandates that businesses generating more than 8 cubic yards of organic solid waste per week will be required to arrange for organic recycling. On January 1st, 2017, businesses that generate 4 cubic yards of organic waste per week must arrange for organic waste recycling services. AB 1826 accomplishes this by diverting methane gas-producing organic food and yard waste away from landfills and into programs created by Harrison and its client cities. With a Harrison strategic partner Agriman, they'll be converting food waste into renewable energies such as electricity and biogas for transportation fuels with the use of an anaerobic digester. Today, Agriman transforms food waste and green waste into nutrient-rich compost with the use of high-tech composting equipment, known as a covered aerated static pile system for agriculture. Harrison Industries is committed to helping businesses meet the new mandates of the new legislation, and its client cities will submit a plan on how to meet the bill's requirements through outreach, education, and auditing on January 1st, 2016. In 2015, Harrison introduced an innovative new stormwater treatment system at the company's Gold Coast Recycling and Transfer Station. Taking over 4 years and more than $1.5 million to develop, the specialized treatment system represents an industry innovation that combines proven technology with strict stormwater quality runoff regulations. Using a customized collection, filtration, and disinfectant system, rainwater that has come into contact with industrial activities at the Gold Coast Recycling site is diverted into a series of filters and 6,000-gallon tanks, where it is cleaned and disinfected. The fully automatic system, equipped with measuring devices, process alarms, and remote access, removes pollutants before the treated water enters the local storm drains and ultimately flows into the Santa Clara River. Harrison is in the planning stages of installing a similar stormwater treatment at its Sattercourt yard. The Ventura County Board of Supervisors has honored Harrison Industries with a 3rd annual Climate Change Action Award for their environmental efforts. In 2005, Harrison was one of 5 recipients nationwide of the prestigious Blue Sky Award, presented by CalSTART, North America's leading advanced transportation technologies consortium. Following a tradition set forth by E.J. and Myra Harrison, the Sons continue to be actively involved in the communities that they serve. As times continue to change, one thing is for certain. Harrison Industries will continue to seek out solutions to waste diversion, staying committed to a family tradition inspired by E.J. and Myra Harrison over 80 years ago. Service to the customer and service to the community. Harrison Industries.